Japan was very different than Gulfport, Mississippi. Upon arriving at our new naval station in Okinawa, Japan, my family was surprised, excited, and somewhat rotund in the stomach. Questions teemed, but these persisted. What new interactions would prove a challenge? What bonds could a shy homeschooler forge? My first day at Kubasaki High School challenged me emotionally, socially, mentally, and most surprisingly for me, physically. I soon found to my horror that my PE curriculum required a certain number of physical tests to pass the class. Most of the tests were feasible with some practice, but there loomed one that rang impossible: 25 military-grade push-ups. I could not even open my own water bottles. I almost walked out of my class that day with a self-sentence of failure, but my physical education teacher seemed kind enough to broach and ask for some tips to face failure. Mrs. Davis listened with watchful, understanding eyes as I related to her that I had never been very strong or in shape, and I certainly could not do 25 push-ups by the allotted time. Crying soon ensued. Mrs. Davis, though she only knew my name at this point, calmly stopped me from talking and simply said, "Victoria, it won't be the end of the world if you can't do the push-ups." She proceeded to encourage me about why physical fitness is important, why she wanted to help us become healthy, and that at the end of the day, making the A was not the goal of her class. She did finish though with a smile and spurred me to try my hardest because she believed I could do it if I gave it my best. Thus began my push-up journey. Daily I strained to do a push-up in the quiet of my room. Weekly I had tears of frustration. Weekly I had positive feedback from Mrs. Davis. Finally, the vivid day came where, in my room, I produced my first push-up. The screams of excitement were numerous. From there, I pushed my physical and mental limits to do not 25, but 32 push-ups the day of my test. Mrs. Davis tells me to this day that she tells the story to her students. Through redirection of my interests, Mrs. Davis lived out what Ayers describes as liberating the curriculum. She effectively taught me that it is in the interaction of teacher and student, of immediate interest and larger purpose, that a living curriculum can be forged. My desire as an educator is to do as Mrs. Davis did for me. I will assert that it is not the grade that is the goal, but rather the purpose of the lesson being taught. Whether it is to learn how to be an educator, how to be healthy, or how to do a push-up, if my students simply choose a direction and give it their all, there is no telling what they shall accomplish.